The NFL playoffs are upon us. 4 games this weekend in the wild card round, and here to talk about it with me, our NFL writer Cliff Brown. I'm Tom Vandervoort. The Vikings traveling to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Obviously, those two teams just played a week ago. And in both games between those two this year, Adrian Peterson has had a fantastic outing. But in one game, Christian Ponder wasn't so good. In the other game, he really was. What's the key matchup in this one?
Well, yeah, you touched on Ponder being a guy that maybe now is finally blossoming into the quarterback the Vikings hoped, but I still have to go with the key matchup being Adrian Peterson against the Packers defense. I mean, Adrian Peterson is having a remarkable season. He just a few days ago finished rumbling over the Packers for a huge game to get the Vikings into the playoffs, and now, a week later, the Packers have to deal with this guy again. Probably the last guy the Packers want to deal with trying to tackle is Adrian Peterson. So I think it's a huge challenge for Peterson. I believe the Packers are going to do everything in their power to make Ponder be the guy to beat them and not Peterson. If they put 8, 9, maybe even 10 men in the box, they'll try and do it. So can Adrian Peterson continue his remarkable production and lead the Vikings to this upset? Because I think if Peterson does not have a big day, no matter what happens with Ponder, the Vikings don't win.
Seattle traveling to Washington to take on the Skins. We got RG3, we got Russell Wilson. How do you see this game going, and what's the key matchup here?
I think the key matchup in this one is RG3 against Seattle's defense. And the Seahawks are a tremendously physical team. And I think look for this game. Any chance they get to hit Robert Griffin III, they're going to take it. And Griffin's playing on a knee that's not 100%. I think the Redskins, even though that's the case, still have to run the read option and at least give the Seahawks the threat of Griffin keeping the ball and running. But that's going to put Griffin in a position where he may get hit more than the Redskins are comfortable with. So this is a game where every time Robert Griffin III hits the turf, and I think he will hit the turf a lot of people in Washington are going to be holding their breath to see if he gets up and if he can somehow get to another game on this knee and get the Redskins rolling past the Seahawks. But the Seahawks defense, I think, is one of the best in football. Robert Griffin III is going to have his hands full dealing with it. And either way, win or lose, I think Robert Griffin spends a lot of time in the whirlpool after this one.
All right, let me get your picks before I let you go. How about Vikings-Packers?
I like the Packers. In Lambeau, I just don't think Adrian Peterson is going to be able to do enough to get them past Aaron Rodgers.
And finally, Seahawks and Redskins.
I like the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks might be the best team in the NFC. It's going to be hard for them to get to the Super Bowl as a wild card, but I do believe they'll have enough to go into Washington and win this game.
All right, very good, Cliff. Thanks so much for your time today. We'll see what happens, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Enjoy it, Tom. Take care.